We cast our eyes to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia once more for another installment of Riyadh Season Boxing Mania. The Saudis have already delivered multiple undisputed and unification bouts, and this coming November 16th will be no different. It would seem this time, however, that his chicness Turkey al-Sheikh has come down with Latin fever. The event theme, Latino Night, will feature a card that is muy fuego. Well, maybe not that muy, but definitely a solid card. The event is co-promoted by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and Ben Shalom's Boxer. On the card that night, we will see thrilling action fighter William Zepeda as he takes on former junior lightweight IBF champ Tevin Farmer. Jose Ramirez and Arnold Barboza Jr. finally meet in a ring to square off in a WBO super lightweight eliminator for a shot at current champ Teofimo Lopez. Miguel Cotto and GBP promoted fighter and WBO minimum champ Oscar Collazo will make his fourth title defense. And of course, the main event in our spotlight in this video, WBO Cruiser-weight champ Chris Billam-Smith takes on WBA champ Gilberto Ramirez in a unification bout. Right, enough beating around the bush like I'm Ron Jeremy, and let's get into it. But first, this. Let me ask you, do you want to be in the moment and not just capture the moment? Well, let XbotGo's AI sports cameraman empower your smartphone. The industrial-grade computer vision algorithms and tracking system intuitively identifies the focal point on the field, let's say a ball or a player, and autonomously tracks it with smooth and professional zooms and pans. Next time little Timmy is on the soccer pitch or Julie is at gymnastics, you can watch on knowing the XbotGo will capture the action with accuracy as you watch on and cheer for your loved one. Using Follow Me 2.0, XbotGo applies re-identification technology to identify and lock onto athletes by appearance, body shape, and jersey number. It's great for sports like soccer, basketball, hockey, football, rugby, lacrosse, and so much more. Activate Follow Me and record yourself as you train, then watch it back for some analysis. You can even live stream, and the XbotGo app allows you to edit your content as you go, with up to 20 gigabytes of storage. XbotGo is the only one consumption-grade AI product that can realize team sports tracking and recording with such precision and professionalism. Don't just record the moment, be in the moment. Act now, click the referral link in the description section below. By doing so, you can also take advantage of an exclusive discount. Don't forget to also check out XbotGo's official website for more information on their products, accessories, and the latest XbotGo news and updates. Let's get back to the video. There was some trepidation about how Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez would look crossing the Rubicon from light heavyweight to cruiserweight. After suffering his first defeat at the hands of Dimitri Bivol at light heavyweight in 2022, Zurdo lead trainer Julian Chua, along with assistance from Malik Scott, worked on recalibrating Zurdo's style. We saw those adjustments in his next fight almost a year later against Joe Smith Jr. We saw a more patient and technical boxing-minded Zurdo, which earned him a unanimous decision victory. It was a big statement in that Zurdo proved that he could recover and come back from a loss, and that he could successfully adopt a modified style and a new weight division to boot. It is true that Smith Jr. was coming off a devastating stoppage loss to Artur Beterbiev, and that both Zurdo and Smith Jr. were coming up from 175 pounds. But Smith Jr. still carried power and posed a threat with his precious style. Despite some shaky moments early on, Zurdo proved too good for Smith Jr. Zurdo would look even more impressive in his next bout against career cruiserweight and WBA champ at the time, Arsen Goulamirian. Ramirez would put on a dominant performance to become a two-time world champion. In the lower divisions, Ramirez had always been the bigger guy, so hunting down and exchanging in close quarters was perhaps less risky. Moving up in weight and going up against naturally bigger and stronger guys, however, has called for a change in strategy. So far, the strategy is working. Could CBS be the wet blanket to undo all of Zurdo's good progress? Chris Billam-Smith is just one of 4 alphabet titleists at the 200-pound weight limit. That list of champions includes WBC title holder Noel Mikhailian, who earned an early stoppage win against Ilunga Makabu to pick up the vacant belt at the time in late 2023. His upcoming opponent currently in possession of the WBA title, and finally, Australia's Jai Opetaia, who was in possession once again of the IBF belt. Despite not being a career cruiserweight, zurdo is a great matchup for Billam-Smith and Mikhailian, and the three are arguably at or around the same level at cruiserweight. Personally, I consider Jai Opetaia to be like the final boss in a video game. The consensus is that he is the top dog in the division, and Chris Billam-Smith has been tied to an Opetaia fight for some time, certainly more than the other champions. What CBS lacks in speed and athleticism, he more than makes up with heart, chin and good power, and might have the best chance against the Aussie more than the others. But before we can cross the Opetaia bridge, CBS needs to contend with an improving, nimble and technical fighter who is growing into his new weight division. Billam-Smith is coming off an upset win against another big hitter in Richard Riyadh. He bested the man that beat him earlier on in his career and made a second successful title defense in doing so. In fact, CBS is coming off 3 solid wins on the trot. Riyadh, the veteran Mateusz Masternak, and unbeaten at the time Lawrence Okoli. If Chris Billam-Smith can do against zurdo what he did against Riyadh, work zurdo on the inside, tie up, make it scrappy and drain the Mexican, then depending on how the judges see it, and if promoter politics hasn't predetermined the outcome, he could walk away with a points win. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to punch a llama in the face, but zurdo is a durable guy, and although CBS is bigger and a career cruiserweight, I don't think he can stop zurdo. He can, however, grind zurdo down and scrape it on points if he can get zurdo to fight his style of fight. The new Ramirez uses his reach and movement more to manage distance and pop shots from the outside in short controlled bursts. He's still a vicious body shot guy, just like before, and he still has the power to keep an opponent honest. Ramirez, who for the longest time was a come forward and inside the pocket fighter, may want that to be the last place he wants to be, particularly for long stretches of time against these durable and bigger guys. And that is exactly where CBS wants zurdo to be. On the inside, scrapping and exchanging, clinching and wrestling. CBS will need to make this physical, make zurdo uncomfortable, undisciplined, and force him to revert back to phone booth fighting where he can. If you ask me, I think Ramirez boxes better than CBS, has more speed than CBS both in his hands and movement around the ring, but I think Billam-Smith cons zurdo into fighting his fight, and in this one he walks away with a points win to cause yet another upset. If Jai Opetaia can get past his next opponent when that opponent is locked in, I believe that his chicness, Turkey Ala Sheik, can make the Billam-Smith versus Opetaia fight finally happen sometime next year. My predictions for the second half of this year have been atrocious, but I have Chris Billam-Smith on points over Gilberto Ramirez in this one. Let us know in the comments below who you think wins and how.
Thank you for watching Pound for Pound TV. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates. See you in the next one.